Lake Michigan College's Wine and Viticulture Technology program covers topics ranging from the science of fermentation to the business of wine production. Students graduate with an associate in applied science degree.
So the wine and viticulture program is designed to train students and train the future winemakers of the Midwest and elsewhere. We are here to also support the local industry that exists, to provide a trained workforce for them, and also to help in our own way promote the region and promote the great wines of Southwest Michigan. So they're required to take chemistry, plant biology class, and then the wine and viticulture classes specifically, we have establishing a vineyard, maintaining a vineyard. There's an introduction to winemaking. There's actually a sensory class where they taste a lot of wines and learn about the different wines of the world. A wine chemical analysis class and quality control. And also there's a business operations class, which is really important as well.
The students learn a range of soft and hard skills that are instrumental to working in the wine industry.
Their product needs to be acceptable, obviously, and they need to learn how to do it without spending too much money in production. So those are two very important skills we try to teach. We do give our students a basic background in science, so they know a little bit of chemistry, they know a little bit of biology, but primarily the program is meant to teach people how to navigate the industry and how to do it, how to survive in this industry, and we try to teach what's critical in order for that to happen.
Students who already have a college degree can complete the program in a condensed one-year track.
Pretty much you could finish your coursework for the most part within 12 months. It's intensive, but it could be done easily because all the general eds would have been taken care of at that point. And then that would leave a capstone internship on top of that, a fall harvest internship, a second one. The first one is spent here, and then we like to prepare everybody the rest of the year so they're ready to go out and tackle the real world.
Students can now get practical customer service experience through the recently opened Lake Michigan Vintners Tasting Room.
The tasting room offered us an opportunity to kind of complete the cycle or by giving students an opportunity to participate in direct-to-consumer wine sales. They're going to get those people skills, and they're just going to see what it's like to interact with customers and be part of customer service. It's something that's, it's not easy at first for most people, and so they learn. And also how to manage crowds and how to manage potentially difficult situations that you might run into in the alcohol business.
I'm seeing myself at this point probably in the sales side of things, or marketing and sales side of things. But something that we had to do as a final project for this wine business class over the summer was to create a business plan. And so I really became enamored with my idea. I think it's a great idea, and I am seriously considering actually starting that business. My background is in art history. I have a PhD in art history, and I taught for 7 years at DePaul University in Chicago. I was having some difficulties in my career in art history because it's an intensely competitive field, and I had been doing a job search for a tenure track position for about 13 years. And so it was like hitting my head against a brick wall, and I thought I have to make a change. And I heard about this program, and from talking to Michael Moyer, he said that it's a growing industry and there are many more jobs than there are people to fill them.
Brad Emberton, who graduated from the program, had a bachelor's in business from Indiana University. Emberton is now able to apply his business background into the wine industry.
I entered the program just as a hobby. I initially didn't have the intention of going through the entire program and getting a degree, but after I started, I took a few classes. I got to know the people that teach the program, and I learned a lot about the program. I decided that it was worth the additional effort to go through and finish the program and the degree. As a result of the wine program, I wound up meeting people that were already in the wine business. I wound up meeting the local owners of Iron Hand Winery. So Iron Hand is actually based here in South Bend. It's a farm-based winery that doesn't have a lot of exposure. And over a period of time, as I developed a relationship with them, it became apparent that they wanted to develop their brand, expand and grow, and become more recognizable. Simultaneously, we were working on a development project in the restoration of an old historic building, an old armory here in South Bend. Because I was so qualified to give them advice by having a degree in the program, it helped. It helped me understand what their needs were.
Southwestern Michigan boasts a critically acclaimed wine industry that is showing growth.
The wine industry here is small, but it's also growing, and they're also doing some tremendous things. Southwest Michigan is really special for growing grapes in the Midwest and the United States. We have Lake Michigan, which protects us from the winters. You can't do what we're doing in Southwest Michigan and the rest of the Midwest.
I don't know if it'll happen this year, but I think the next logical step for us is to actually work on the development of a wine label ourselves.
According to the Michigan Grape and Wine Industry Council, the state's wine, grapes, and grape juice products produce roughly $790 million of total economic value in Michigan and account for over 5,000 jobs.
There's a lot that the wine industry encompasses. You know, you have production, so there's the farming part. There's also the winemaking part, and then there's the lab and enology part, the quality control part. But there's also the business end. There's logistics, there's sales and marketing of wine, but also sales and marketing of equipment. There's barrels, there's bottles, there's labels, there's website development, there's events, there's the whole agritourism. So there's a lot of opportunities in the wine industry. And here in Michigan, the cost of entry is still relatively low. And so there's a lot of opportunity in that regard.
Moyer hopes the program will mirror the growth seen in the Michigan wine industry.
I hope the wine and viticulture program is part of the growth of the Michigan wine industry. You know, like I said, there's a tremendous amount of potential here for making quality wine, and we'd like to see it grow.